The North Pennines National Landscape is one of England's most special places. It's a stunning natural landscape of open heather moors and peatlands, dales and hay meadows, with a rich industrial past shaped by what was once a thriving mining industry and centuries of agriculture. But actually, in terms of trees, the North Pennines is now amongst the least wooded areas in England. Native broadleaf cover is less than 3% of the landscape. It's not about creating new large forests, it's really more about adding structure and creating tree cover where it's best for nature and this landscape as part of a mosaic of habitats.
We've only recently realised the benefits of scrub in the uplands. Birds like black grouse, for example, need scrub in maybe 5 or 10% of their habitat range. And that scrub would consist of low willows, hawthorns, things with berries and cover, so that in harsh winters they can sit above the snow.
The North Pennines is home to around 80% of England's black grouse. Increasing and managing suitable scrub habitat provides them with essential food and shelter. We also have important populations of wading birds in the North Pennines, including curlew, lapwing and golden plover. All of these rely on open spaces, and the presence of trees can be problematic, so it is about striking a balance.
It's really critical that trees fit in with and complement agricultural practices. So open scrub habitat and wood pasture, and in the future more agroforestry where animals can continue to graze, will benefit both wildlife and farming. We're working closely with landowners and managers to design new wooded habitats that suit the landscape.
The North Pennines National Landscape have helped me replace the dead and dying trees, the ash in particular. I lost a lot of elm trees, and now I've been advised on what would be best to plant.
There are lots of grants for people who are interested in planting trees, but it can be really hard to navigate all of the information and to make the right choices, really, particularly in a protected landscape where there are lots of constraints. So we offer our support and advice to help landowners access funding for trees.
The form filling for all grant aid is overwhelming and off-putting, and I have had a great deal of help with that. The people who have come and done the work have been really very efficient. The whole thing has been very satisfactory, actually.
We've had lots of work going on at the farm, including planting hedges and restoring fences, as well as, of course, lots of tree planting. And this is all through the help of the National Landscape, helping us to fund, but also to help design how we want our farm to be. And it's been really great because it means that we can focus our farming in a way which we can work with nature, making the whole thing much more sustainable.
And having Luke and the team behind all of this pull this all together and coordinate it and facilitate it and work with the contractors and all these various stakeholders has actually been incredibly valuable. But more importantly, having somebody that can work through the multiple agencies that have needed to be involved in this, from Natural England to the Yorkshire Dales National Park to Forestry Commission, etc.
The non-native woodland literally has nothing in here pretty much, apart from in the winter time. So with all the native new planting, hopefully we'll get some black grouse in there. It's aimed at them, and also a nightjar as well. They've been down here a few times but never nested, so hopefully they might stop this time.
The Heart of the Pennines Forest project is a partnership project between the North Pennines National Landscape, the Yorkshire Dales Millenium Trust and the Yorkshire Dales National Park Authority, and it's been funded through the Defra Trees Call to Action Fund. We've been able to offer support and advice to landowners interested in increasing tree cover on their land and woodland creation, and we've helped them to develop and design projects and to fund them.
We've been working with several communities to set up community tree growing schemes and associated sort of micro nurseries, as well as offering lots of opportunities for people to get involved in woodland activity, whether it's tree planting or growing trees from local provenance seed. We've had 4 woodland trainees through the project, which has been really good to be able to offer opportunities for those young people to get hands-on experience, to to gain full-time employment within the forestry sector, and it's proved very successful.
I think without this traineeship, I really struggled to find paid work where I got to work with lots of different organisations, learn all the different elements of woodland creation and the conservation sector. I've been able to get lots of tickets, so I've been able to do my chainsaw qualification and my pesticides, which I think has really equipped me to get in a full-time job when I go to apply in April.
I adore my job. I wake up every day and I feel excited to come into work because it's a real privilege to be able to do a job where I feel like I can give something back to the landscape that gives so much to me.
I came from a very different background but always had a passion for trees, really. I spent a bit of time volunteering with the national park and doing a few other things, but I never really had that formal education or that formal training in this sector. So it's been great. I've learned so much from so many different people and been given so many different opportunities, and that's ultimately led to me to my current role with the Yorkshire Dales National Park Authority and the Trees and Woodlands team, and I wouldn't be here without the project.
We will be continuing to help farmers and other landowners to explore options for new land management schemes, some of which could provide really good payment rates for creating native scrub and woodland and wood pasture in the uplands. We want to see more of the right kinds of trees in the right places. We'd also like to see a bit more experimental planting and a reduction in the use of plastics in the landscape, although currently we're still really reliant on plastic tubes to protect young trees from browsing deer.
So this scrubby habitat with its berries, its fruits and its flowers is fantastically important. Establishing scrub is quite hard work. In order to do so, we often need to protect these areas with fencing or with plastic tubes. And really, if you're going to do scrub creation, you've got to want to do it. It's hard work, it's a graft to get trees up the hill, and it's hard to look after them. But the benefits are significant. Those benefits are for birds, insects, but also for water and carbon storage.